Hi, I'm Debbie Burgermeister from Horse Riding Hub and bringing you Essential Equine Education, Day 3 of my online event, How to Stop the Horse Hurt. So hopefully by now, how to stop the horse hurt is starting to mean something, starting with a easier and safer and helping you avoid very costly horse mistakes. So this is day 3, getting ready for your first horse, or what to know to prepare you for a first horse. If you're ever thinking of horse ownership, this is the session for you. And it's probably one of the most important sessions because it's something that's in the back of your mind as a parent, and you've got a horse crazy girl wanting that pony one day, or that teenager that's grown up and thinking that this is a very serious path and a part of their horse journey. So getting ready for your first horse, I've got some very important tips to give you that can help you avoid a lot of bad experiences, very costly mistakes. So many times I have seen people buy the wrong horse for their first horse, and they will buy sometimes a very expensive horse, and that horse ends up sitting in the paddock doing nothing because it can't be ridden, and it's really sad. And this is probably one of the things that drives me to help people, help beginners, help people with their horse journey with that step 1, step 2, step 3. So learning about horses, how to ride, and then getting ready for that first horse, and giving people so much more knowledge to equip them with a successful journey. So if you've made it to day 3 of my online event, I'm so excited to share this day with you because it is so important. And congratulations to you for sticking it out and joining me and watching my videos, especially this last session, because it will definitely help you ensure that you're on the right path and you're setting yourself up for success for a really exciting, meaningful, and wonderful part of your life, to make horses part of your life, or your daughter's life. And one of the biggest things, or one of the biggest rules that would be great for you to stick in your mind and always remember is when looking for a horse for a child, someone told me, and it has just stuck in my mind, and it just makes so much sense with kids' horses, that the age of the horse plus the age of the child should equal a minimum of 20. And this is so, so true. So for that 8-year-old child, you're looking for a horse that is 12 and older. And it's such a nice age, that 12, because that's when they're educated and they're starting to get automatic and they're starting to become a really nice horse that can teach the rider so much. So that is just the number 1 golden rule to stick by. If you can remember that, you are definitely set up for step 1 of horse ownership. And then it's about finding someone that is trustworthy to buy a horse from, and also buying the right breed, the right height, the right temperament, and temperament being how that horse behaves on the ground, but also how that horse is ridden. There's some amazing horses out there that are incredible on the ground, and I will ask people, why did they buy that horse? And, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so pretty, it's so wonderful and quiet on the ground, and it's terrible to ride, and they're stuck with this horse. So it's quite sad, and they've got to spend a lot of money on its training. So the age of the horse being super important, finding someone that you can trust. And then there is just another really golden rule that I live by, and it is get a video of that horse that is for sale that you want to go look at, because you can waste a lot of time driving around the countryside, going and looking at horses, riding them, and wasting a lot of your own time and wasting other people's time that have got that horse for sale when it's really not a horse for a beginner or for your riding style. So getting a video first, asking for a video of a walk, trot, canter and stop in circles both ways. There is plenty of horses and videos that are great trail riding horses that go in a straight line, and that's pretty much all they can do, and they go do a circle and they fall apart. So if your goal is to go to pony club and do disciplines such as show jumping or dressage or many pony club disciplines, if you're going down that path, you need a horse that can do circles easily in all gaits. So getting a video can really save a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and tell you a lot about a horse. If I get sent a video from someone, I can tell a lot just straight up. So, and that's one of my biggest passions. If I've got a parent that is looking for that first horse, I am more than willing to help. Just send me the ad description, send me a video, and I can just give you a bit of guidance to pick and choose what you go see. And then when you do go see a horse, you have to ride it. So don't just watch the owner ride it. If you can't ride that horse in a walk, trot and canter, then it's not the horse for you either. So that's something you need to be able to do before you even think of buying that horse as well. So age, golden rule, minimum child age plus horse age, finding someone reputable to buy a horse from that can be trusted, and getting that video. They're very, very good starting points, and it will set you up extremely well. So in going down the path of horse ownership, one of my third book is Getting Ready for Your First Horse. And this book, it's not very big, but it has some great tips. And in this book, it's got some great checklists. So things that are in there that will help you is, again, your learning pathway. And it's got a checklist of, or that you can refer back to, is when you're looking, you might know horse parts, but when you need to know the intricate horse parts that you might not have heard before, you can always refer back to it. It's got a summary of horse parts, summary of saddle parts, what is a guide for feeding and nutrition for a horse. So that is another biggie. When people go down the path of feeding a horse, they'll go to their produce store and say, I would like just a calm feed for my horse. And they get sent home a feed, but no one really understands what's in that feed. And if you can understand what the raw ingredients are, it can help you a lot. So understanding what are your fizzy feeds, your feeds that will make your horse hot, give them too much energy, can create a lot of bad behaviors. So oats, corn, and lupins. Lupins are great for weight, but they can cause some horses to behave with a lot of energy. Corn, you'll see maize on horse feeds, and oats, and they're big ones on giving your horse a lot of energy. So if you're wanting your child to just have a very quiet ride, you're not riding the pony much, then there's no reason to feed those energy feeds. And then understanding if your horse is losing weight, what are those feeds that you can add? So you might just be feeding hay, or a horse might be on grass, but you may need to add something. So in coastal areas, some of the grasses, they might look like there's a great grassy paddock, but in coastal areas, it's lost a lot of its nutrition. So there's nothing to keep the weight on the horse. It's lacking protein, a lot of minerals. And then you need to go add things. So you want to add things that are not going to create fizziness out of your horse either. So things like rice bran and cereal mills. You can start adding a grain like barley. But the soy, very low energy things, understanding those will help you a lot. And then, starting with barley and going from there. And then when you're talking about feeding and nutrition and getting that right, a lot of people will have their own opinion. A lot of people have their opinions based on what discipline they're doing as well. So the horse can handle more feed because their horses are getting a lot more work. So just understanding those raw ingredients is a big one, and the volume of feed that you need. And then other things that are in the book are, what are your first aid essentials? So going through, what are those things that I need to have in my toolkit so I don't have to call the vet every time something happens to my horse. So if a horse has a little cut, how can I quickly treat it? I need to grab some Cetrogen, which we call purple spray, and that's an antiseptic, and that will keep the flies off. Simple things as that. When you've got deep cuts and open wounds, different story, that might need stitches, might need antibiotics, that you're going down the vet path. But little cuts and grazes, it's very similar to treating things for people as well. If it's just a little cut and graze, something that, or, you know, it's a bit more open, but you might be able to put a bandage around it yourself and, you know, treat it, bandage it, keep the flies off it, keep the oxygen away from it, and just keep it clean. It can help heal and heal fast, and you're having to save a vet sometimes. So very simple treatments. When it rains a lot, sometimes you can get what's called rain scald on a horse with very thin skin. Thoroughbreds are quite prone to it. And they get these little scabs all over their back or their legs or on their forehead. And then you need to wash your horse in a treatment so you can get rid of the fungal, and you don't want it spreading. So just by keeping the coat clean, getting rid of the scabs, things like that. So in my book, I've got what are the most common ailments that you'll start to see with horses. And if you have these things in your first aid kit, you can go about treating them yourself. But, you know, always have a vet that you can call that would be your local vet. So if you're concerned at any time, you can give them a call, you can take a picture. There's things that you want to always make sure that you're doing the right thing for your horse. But you'll get good at what are those little things that you can fix yourself. So there's a first aid checklist. There's a grooming kit essentials. So there's types of brushes for certain things, and what are those items that just are very handy for your grooming kit. And then when you're owning a horse, just what are all those things that you're thinking about when you're owning a horse? And you might be thinking about the competition path. So how do I actually go about that competition path and joining my local pony club and items like that? So this is where this book will help you just get your foot in the door. And then that's when I come into play, and I can support you through phone calls, email, social media chat, sessions like this. And this is my passion to help you from all my heart, just down to earth, honest support along your horse journey, and keep you safer, make things easier, so it's not a difficult journey. You don't know what you don't know. And I've just got a head full of knowledge that I want to help share with you. So from all my heart, this last session today, I'm so glad you took the leap of faith in just joining and watching my videos. I just want to help every little girl and parent out there that's every little child that's just horse crazy and wanting to go down that path and do it the right way and get the right knowledge at the right time, just step by step. I want to hold your hand. It's my passion. Let me help you. It's what I want to do in life, and it just drives me to know that when people ask me for help or go down the path of sending me a question, I love making it an easier and safer journey, and seeing what comes out the other side. I love being out and about in my local community, and I see students that I've taught and they've grown into wonderful people as well as very capable horse handlers and riders. So good luck with your journey, and thank you with all my heart, and let me support you. I want to. And have a great day, a great night, and great fun with horses. Bye.